Across the vast African savanna, life hides in every branch, hollow, and shadow. Above it all, one hunter searches where few predators can reach. From above, every movement below becomes a clue. The hunter maps its world with patience rather than speed. Unlike many raptors, this bird hunts where prey believes it is safest, calm, inside the hidden chambers of trees. Its remarkable joints allow it to reach deep into spaces that most predators can never explore. Patience is often rewarded. A concealed meal becomes another successful search. A single territory may contain hundreds of potential hiding places, each requiring careful inspection. As the breeding season approaches, hunting begins to share importance with partnership. Successful breeding depends on trust, cooperation, and a territory rich enough to support a growing family. The future nest must withstand weather, predators, and months of constant activity. Every branch is tested and repositioned. Strength and stability will determine the nest's survival. What began as a few scattered sticks is now the center of an expanding family territory. The next generation now depends on warmth, protection, and constant vigilance. Raising young begins long before hatching. Every successful hunt supports the waiting eggs. While one parent guards the nest, the other must search constantly for food. Few predators can access prey hidden in these narrow chambers. For the Harrier-Hawk, they are opportunities. Successful hunts bring vital energy back to the nest, where the future waits unseen. Weather is a challenge every nesting bird must endure. Protection becomes as important as food. Even a brief shower can test the resilience of a nest high above the ground. After weeks of waiting, new life finally appears in the heart of the nest. At this stage, every meal is delivered with precision. The chick is completely dependent on its parents. Food alone is not enough. Shelter from heat and exposure can mean the difference between survival and failure. The demands of a growing chick require an almost constant cycle of searching and returning. The Harrier-Hawk's unusual anatomy allows it to exploit food sources hidden from nearly every other raptor. A successful hunt quickly becomes nourishment for the next generation. Growth now accelerates. New feathers begin replacing the fragile down of early life. The nest occupies only a small corner of a much larger world, one rich with both opportunity and danger. Instinct drives the young bird to strengthen muscles it will soon depend upon. With every passing week, the chick's appetite grows and the workload on the parents increases. The nest is becoming more crowded, and every feeding opportunity helps prepare the young hawk for independence. The young hawk is no longer a helpless chick. Curiosity now begins to shape its daily life. Each practice session strengthens the muscles needed for the demanding world of flight. For now, food still arrives through the efforts of the adults. The final weeks in the nest remain a period of rapid growth and learning. Sooner or later, every young raptor must venture beyond the security of the nest. From this height, the savanna appears vast and unfamiliar. Practice becomes increasingly important. Flight is approaching. Confidence develops gradually through repetition and small successes. Everything the young bird will need lies within this landscape. Instinct finally overcomes hesitation. The young hawk leaves the branch behind. The landing is imperfect, but survival does not require perfection. It requires persistence. Flight opens a new chapter. Now the young hawk must learn how to live beyond the nest. Observation becomes one of the most important teachers. The techniques of hunting cannot be inherited fully. They must be learned through experience. Most early attempts fail. Learning comes through repetition. Every journey across the territory reveals new opportunities and new challenges. The young bird is beginning to understand where hidden prey is most likely to be found. At last, effort turns into success. A vital lesson has been learned. For the first time, the young hawk relies primarily on its own skill. The territory that once seemed vast and unfamiliar is now becoming home. Each day, the young hunter spends more time alone, building the experience needed for survival. Success depends not on strength alone, but on persistence and attention to detail. The young hawk is now becoming part of the wider rhythm of the ecosystem. Skills that once seemed impossible are now becoming instinctive. Although still sharing the same territory, dependence is steadily fading. The lessons of the nest now translate into practical survival. What was once a nursery has become only one landmark in a much larger world. Independence brings freedom, but also responsibility. The territory that nurtured a new generation continues to support countless forms of life. From a fragile hatchling to a capable hunter, another life cycle continues across the African savanna. As daylight fades, the young hunter continues to refine the skills that will sustain it for years to come. Experience transforms uncertainty into confidence, one successful decision at a time. Flight opens a new chapter. Now the young hawk must learn how to live beyond the nest. Though separated by distance, all three remain connected to the same territory that shaped their lives. A new day begins, and with it, another chapter in the life of a now independent hunter. What was once learned through trial and error has become a reliable tool for survival. Across this vast landscape, countless stories unfold. This is only one among them. The cycle continues. Another African Harrier-Hawk now carries its future into the wild.